All right, we are here with Switchblade Rosie, aka Rose Brandt, and at her shop here, Switchblade Skate Company. And I'm going to ask her the questions you guys wrote. So, first of all, Rose, how did you get your derby name?
Well, my original derby name was actually going to be Rose Kill, which is what my dad came up with. Take on roadkill, I guess. And I always knew I wanted to have my real name involved with my derby name. So I don't even remember honestly how I got Switchblade, but we just decided to put that in front of Rosie, and that's it.
Very cool. Were sports a natural part of growing up?
Yes, but I was always kind of just mediocre at the sports I played in high school. I'd say mediocre, and I played basketball and volleyball and stuff like that in high school, but just was okay at it.
Did you feel that you have to live up to the reputation of a tough roller derby girl, or do you just go out on the track and play?
I don't feel like I have to live up to that reputation. I think that my persona on the track is quite different than just me every day. So.
I had the students read the article that was in Oklahoma Living, where you were quoted as saying that Derby gets people through tough times. And one of the students asked him, have you personally experienced any tough times, of which you mentioned in the article, that roller derby helped you get through?
Um, yeah, I think I have, just throughout the years that I've been playing it. And what's nice about Derby is you just have a large group of people that you can fall back and support you for whatever, whatever bad times you're going through in your life, and it's a big support group.
Very cool. So you say you were a rink rat also in this article. Did your pre-existing skills as a skater help you once you turned to Derby? And a couple other parts to this question. How long did you train before your first bout, and who did you play?
Yes, being a rink rat definitely helped me when I went to Derby, because I already had my solid foundation, which is your stance and your stride. And I joined in August of 2006, and our first game was in January of 2007, and we played each other. So
Ah, very
yeah,
cool. A mashup bout.
mashup. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, with the league, it was just all girls that we've been skating with. So
Oh, cool. So I mentioned to you this earlier that we've been looking at feminism in relation to sports, in relation to Derby in particular. And we defined feminism as a class broadly as someone who believes there's a problem with inequality between the sexes in society at large. The question asked in relation to this is, do you see yourself as a feminist, and did you see yourself as a feminist before roller derby?
um, I've never really thought of myself as a feminist. I mean, I do believe in equal rights for women, but I think that is our society. That's always something that we're gonna struggle with. You know, there's some inequality one way or another, both with men and women. But no, I don't consider myself a feminist.
Okay, okay. Um, so these next three questions are about your company in particular. Um, the first one is, to quit your accounting career and open up a derby shop, did you have to take a major pay cut?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's just that was one of the, I guess, the downsides to quitting a secure job and taking a risk, but something I wanted to do.
And to follow up with that, taking, as you mentioned, taking a risk, as an entrepreneur, do you think that roller derby encourages you to be more aggressive in the marketplace?
Um, I think that that's just being an entrepreneur. It's not necessarily roller derby. You have to, if you're going to be your own, your own business owner, you have to be kind of somewhat aggressive, and I wouldn't attribute any of that to roller derby.
Okay. So how is roller derby for you a lifestyle versus just a hobby?
Um, a lifestyle is that you you basically do roller derby day in and day out, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be on skates every day, but everything you do, whether it be you get up in the morning to go to the gym, you do that because it's going to make you better at roller derby. Whereas just a hobby is something that which is fine. Some people want to go and, get some aggression out and maybe get some exercise. To me, that's the 1 or 2 days a week. So.
And roller derby is a 7-day-a-week thing
Pretty
for you?
much, yeah.
So the next batch of questions here are about your experiences with Oklahoma roller derby. What is your favorite roller derby moment?
That's a really tough one because there's just so many, really. I really enjoy when we win.
Very good. Yeah, those are good moments.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like the tournament where all the teams in Oklahoma got together and played. That was a really fun time. But roller derby, there's just been so many adventures that have come into my life because of it, and
Hard to pick a favorite.
I can't think of a specific one.
Okay, no worries. So, in your personal experience, this question I should preface: the students were watching a lot of older roller derby stuff. We went back to the early history of it.
Mm-hmm.
So this question comes from part of that. In your personal experience, how much contact is there in derby, and how much of it is fake?
It is a full contact sport, and I'd say 0 is fake, but it also kind of depends on the type of player you are. Like, there's some players that just go balls to the wall, and that's their goal out there, is to knock people down. And then there's the more strategic players who are only going to give a block when the timing's right and when they can really nail that. As far as the being fake, none of it is fake or staged, but I do enjoy that roller derby you can be a little bit dramatic. And so some people, I mean, that's not fake, but it is different when you compare it to other sports. Like, we have our bout fits and our makeup and stuff like that. So.
But compared to like the 80s roller derby games that were
no.
Yeah, nothing like that. Okay, good. So the next question: how much athleticism do you think you gained from playing roller derby?
Quite a bit, just because it takes a lot of footwork and core strength and endurance to get beyond just a rookie level. So I think it takes a lot of athleticism, and I'm a lot more athletic now than I was when I first started.
How do you guys make sure that all the skaters on the team get a say in what goes on?
Vote on everything that you can, and make sure that people's opinions are being heard, and mostly just voting.
Cool. So, before roller derby, did you have as many close girlfriends as you do now? And if you did, do you feel closer to your roller derby friends than you did your previous friends?
No, before derby I only had just a couple of close friends, and now with derby I found that I have a good, you have a whole group of acquaintances, and then you have your friends, and then you have your best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that you hang out with outside of derby, and that's what, I've gained those friends from derby. So
very cool. Let's see. How do you guys raise money to travel to other states and stay in hotels and that sort of stuff?
Well, unfortunately, the majority of the money is still out of our pockets. We get the majority of our money from ticket sales at our games, and then some sponsorship, but throughout the season, and depending on how much travel we do, some of it still comes out of our pocket.
If you could train with any derby player, past or present, who would it be and why?
That would be Susie Hot Rod from Gotham Roller Girls in New York City. She's someone that she's been skating probably doing derby for about 7 years, and I just really enjoy watching her skate.
Very cool. Let's go ahead and stop this section.